Hello and welcome to a Group 2 LifeConnect iOS design application walkthrough. Here we will explain how our design works. Firstly, there will be a splash screen which comes up once the application is loaded, and then once the application is loaded we presented the home screen. At any time we can add any type of device, so by clicking the add device, this gives us a list of types of devices. By hitting the back button you go back to the home page at any time. Firstly we will look at alarms, so clicking on the alarms we're supplied a list of alarms that are available. Here is alarms, and by click on the search you can actually go through and look by device name. Each device is split into its connectivity, green being that it's available, and its mic, whether it's active or faulty. You also get amber and red to show the different values of the battery life. Adding a device is as simple as clicking add device. If you're not logged onto the server, you'll be asked to log on. If you do not have an account, you'll be asked to create an account. Once you've logged on, hit submit button. You'll be taken to the possible units that are available. Here you can see there is one unit available. By standing in front of this unit and by saying hello Sonic Ear, the device will connect to the list of available devices. Once again it'll show in the list here. By double click tapping the new device such as this, you can then actually give it a new name. At any time you want to see what information is about the alarms, you can hit the information button and you'll be given a list of possible information about those alarms. Hitting the info add device button gives you a walkthrough on how to actually add a device. Hitting the back button will take us back to the list of available units. Clicking on the LifeConnect logo will take us to the main home page where you can see the different available or different devices that have been added. At any time the alarms, once they've been added, will actually show up in the lock screen. By clicking on the microphone we are taken directly to that device and where we can communicate and record the conversation we're having.
My name is Erin and I'm going to walk you through the lighting aspect of the LifeConnected iOS app. The Add Device button uses affordance to imply the action that will take place when the button is pressed, that is, it will add a device. The green button text and border is used to assist visibility and further entice the user's call to action. The Add Device scene displays a list of devices currently integrated with LifeConnected. By showing the row lines, it implies to the user that the list will expand and that this app is worth their while. The arrowheads on the end of the rows signify to the user that more options are available. The installation list uses the exact same principle as the Add Device list and ensures that the user is able to quickly remember how to control the app. To install a light in the living room, simply click the living room row. You are now presented with the one-time sync light scene. There is no control given to the user on this scene as it is intended that the user allow the app to do the work for them. The please wait for one-time connection line of text is used to help explain to the user what is happening. Once the light has been connected, the user arrives at the main control for the light they just installed. The location of the light will be displayed along with the current connection status and whether or not the light is powered on. If you toggle the on-off power button, the interface is altered to make it obvious to the user what state the light is in. If you were standing next to the light, it would be easy to see if the light was on, but if you were controlling the app remotely, these visual cues will help the user quickly understand their actions. Also on the main light control scene is the ability to apply different hues and effects to the installed light. By pressing on the white hues, the user is presented with the white hues selection wheel. This wheel is designed to have the user use their touchscreen to interact with the colours available. As soon as their finger is released from the colour wheel, the light colour will be altered on their device and they will be sent to a confirmation page. On the confirmation page, the user is presented with the option of making another colour change or turning the light off. If the user does turn the device off, they are taken back to the main control scene in order to convince them to turn the light back on and have another go. LifeConnected also allows the user to install a lighting room that is not predefined. To do so, the user must select Other. They will then be prompted to confirm the custom room name. If they select No, they will be taken back to the installation menu. If yes, they will be presented with a text field to enter their own name. The device will sync in the same way that a predefined room would, and the user is taken to the main control scene. Note that this time the device status has the name that the user just entered. The final aspect of the LifeConnected lighting section is the effects control. LifeConnected comes with 4 built-in effects. Each of these effects has a title, but if the user is unsure of what a particular effect might produce, they can check out the Info tab for more information. The Info tab presents a scrollable view which highlights all of the icons relevant to the lighting section and their purpose.
I will now take you through the camera control and display capabilities of LifeConnected. As the user enters the next scene, the central focus must be clear. With an app that handles multiple kinds of devices, it is important to not confuse the user with multiple bits of data related to devices they aren't trying to control. To add a camera, click on the camera row. LifeConnected will automatically search and sync with a LifeConnected camera hub. This is a good spot for a strategically placed micro-interaction that will engage the user and make them aware of what is happening. It is intended that this Wi-Fi symbol is animated while the devices communicate. If the app cannot find the camera through the hub, it will prompt you to search for available cameras on the network. The background is darkened here so that the user focuses on the dialog box that appears. The yes and no buttons are placed to follow the conditioning of computer programs having OK and cancel in similar orientations, though this is quickly changing and you often see them swapped around as back followed by next is becoming widely used and the conditioning is changing. After clicking yes, the hub will perform a search and the discovered camera will be displayed. Choosing camera 1 will connect the camera to the hub. We then choose the discovered camera and we are met with a sequence of prompts. The first prompt is to add this camera to your device list on this device. Then it is whether to add this device to your favorite devices. And lastly, whether or not to set this as the default camera. The app will then take you to a list of connected cameras. The first thing you will notice is the default camera view. I've added extra dummy data so you can see how it might align with multiple cameras. This section is intended to allow the user to swipe up and down to view a catalog of connected cameras. The user can also change the name of cameras by pressing and holding on the camera name. Here we change it to kitchen and you can see the camera name is now kitchen. Selecting the kitchen camera will bring you to the view of this camera. The user can tap the directional keys to adjust the camera's angle. And they can use these arrow keys to zoom in and out. This button is used to set a default camera, but as we have already done that in the initial setup, it is grayed out to indicate to the user that it is not interactable. The button below that is tucked away in the corner to prevent any misclicking. It is labelled and used to remove the current camera. If we click yes, the camera will be removed from the camera list. In the bottom right, there is an App Help menu that will clearly explain what certain inputs and graphics mean. It also includes descriptions on how to use the camera, as well as how to use the light effects.
That concludes our demonstration of our application we have developed, part of SIT 365 Assignment 3 Group 2, LifeConnect. Thank you very much for listening.